Okay, well, welcome everyone. As you might know, I'm Dr. Alvaro Gurovich. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Cardiopulmonary PT Journal, and I'm here with David.
Hey, I'm David González. I'm the media editor for the CPTJ.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us. First things first, we threw a question last podcast that this is about the editor corner, but we asked people what they thought about the name. So we were debating between these traditional editor corner type of situation or a great idea from Dave.
The editor's atrium, and 80% of you voted for the editor's atrium. So I believe that going forward, we will call these little podcasts, mini podcasts, editor's atrium.
Sounds perfect. I think I love the creativity. I love the connection. And that's why I'm not the media editor. So I do other jobs. So so first to enhance again or to let everybody know that we want to know your feedback, we want to know your questions, we want to address things that you are thinking about being in the journal, how the journal works, or where are the step to publish. We're here to facilitate the communication and we're going to bring some topics related to a journal or relate to some publication or so forth. Speaking of that, I just want to address the current issue. It just launched a couple days ago. The first issue, the January issue of volume 37. So this is our 37th year publishing good research, and we are in a really good trajectory. I'm very pleased on this issue of the journal, as of course the previous ones, but this one is especially interesting because, as my editorial says, we're building bridges and in a global community. We're having presence not only from the US, but also we have a paper from Japan and we have a paper from Colombia where, as you might know, the Hispanic population in the United States, the largest minority population right now, and enhancing our reach to Hispanics through Spanish could be a really good asset for all physical therapists. So I really encourage you to go and check out the last issue. We have a report, a case report continuing this COVID-19 or chronic COVID, myalgic encephalomyelitis, or post-exertional malaise, related again to COVID. Also related to COVID and long COVID is the insight and opportunities uh, from from a group, Dr. Malaki Clancy. Uh, then we're moving to other aspects of cardiopulmonary, especially because we have one paper about cystic fibrosis and the YMCA 3-minute step test, and the one from Japan that it's about lung cancer resection surgery. Um, so going back to the pulmonary base of our audience. Then we have the paper from Colombia and the barriers about cardiac rehabilitation. And finally, we have a literature review that is a scoping review of how heart rate variability. Um, then we have a clinical perspective, the challenges and opportunity to improve on postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Uh, Another very important piece of this issue is the abstract from CSM. So we are very pleased to work together with the research committee of the Academy of Cardiopulmonary Physical Therapy, um, because, as you know, CSM is in February and we are able to give you the abstract. And by the way, they're free access. The abstract for CSM a month before CSM happens. What I think is a big accomplishment compared to a few years back, where the abstract were published in April. after CSM. We've been working with the academy and the research committee with Dr. Aaron Trush that on terms of reviewing fast and getting those papers accepted fast, and then the edition from the CPTJ so we can publish them in January. So we're very, very happy with that. You can see before everybody else what's going to happen at CSM, that is this February. Another important thing is that the journal is launching a new type of papers. We're going to start accepting something that is called methods and protocols papers. And for that, we are creating a webinar that is happening today. But the recording of the webinar is going to be available in our YouTube channel. So we are very excited about that. Dr. Rich Severin and Dr. Darlene Reed from Canada, she is going to present mostly the content of this webinar with her experience in pulmonary rehabilitation. So now we're opening a new venue for people to publish, and these are the protocol papers. So we're very excited about that. Anything to add, Dave?
No, I just wanted to shout out our wonderful podcast co-hosts, Ashley Bergeron and Blaze Robson. They had a wonderful episode 2 recently published, and they dive into a topic that sits right at the intersection of safety, performance, and clinical reasoning. Which is assessing cardiac risk before initiating aerobic exercise, which I think is fantastic, just because physical therapists are increasingly stepping into roles where we're the first or only providers that evaluate a patient before exercise, and we need to ensure that we're doing this safely. So, to answer that, we recruited Dr. Carlin Green, who is an OCS and CCS, and she recently had published a scoping review entitled assessing the risk of cardiac event before initiating aerobic exercise. And she combed through more than 1,700 articles to identify what tools clinicians can rely on, what gaps still exist, and how we can stratify risk in a way that's practical, evidence-based, and accessible. So if you're interested at all in listening, it is currently on Spotify and YouTube if you want to give it a listen.
Excellent. So as you can see, there is a lot of things going on. This editor Atrium, it's focused on issues directly to the journal. As I said, if you have any questions, you wanna know how to publish with us, you want to know how things happening in the journal, please let us know. I'll be happy to do some presentation about that. As a general idea of how you can do these, the first thing that you should do is to go into our instructions for authors that is published in our website and have a read of that. And by the way, we're going to change them in the next few days. So double check that is the latest version, that is the 2026 version, in which we're going to include the methods and protocol papers. But in general, go to the instruction for authors, read them, follow through the how to format your paper, what is important to be in your paper. And once you have that reviewed, then you can start creating your own manuscript. So once manuscripts are submitted here, I am the first one in reviewing them. I do a check, a quality check, a first quality check that all the pieces are in the right place. Sometimes some authors forget something and I send them back to them and I make a note, hey, please remember to add this concept or that other concept, or you're missing this form or you're missing that form. So then authors send it back. As soon as I see that the quality check is okay and the scope of the paper is good and the general template of the paper is following our instruction for authors, I send it to the associate editor. So we have 8 associate editors in different topics, and I send those to them for them to do a deeper view. And on that deeper read of the manuscript, they assign the reviewers. So it's two independent reviewers that now we send the invitations, the reviewers accept the invitation, and they have 2 weeks to read the paper and send the comments back. Once the two reviewers send their comment back, the associate editor compile those comments, make a summary, and send them back to me. I go through the comments. I see if the comments are fair or not fair, how deep they should be. And there are multiple outcomes. One of the outcome is the most regular outcome is, oh, your paper is good, however, needs a little bit of work. Please follow the instructions or the comments of the reviewers. It's very rare that we reject papers in the very first review. We give always the author at least one chance to make the manuscript better. So then we send the authors the comments. Sometimes I always said, don't answer the comments the first day. Just read the comments the first day. Let it sit. 2 or 3 days later, go back, read the comments again because yeah, they can be harsh. They can definitely it's a little bit of an ego thing here. You don't want people telling you that you're not doing it right. So it is it is kind of funny, I would say, but take it easy, and you will see that in general, reviewers the only thing they really want is to make your paper better. So take it from that perspective, look at the comments, reply to the comments, make the changes that are suggested, and then you send it back. So then we send it back to the same reviewers, so the reviewers can say, oh yes, they're complying or not compliant, etc. And then the outcomes could be accept, maybe another small revisions, or reject from the journal. So that's a pretty much what is going on. But definitely the first suggestion will be go to the instructions for authors and take care from there to try to have a very well formatted paper when you're submitting. Uh, yeah, that's in a nutshell how you can do that. If you have questions, just put it on the comments. We'll address them in these monthly podcast. Um, a few things that I've been working the past few days. We have awards that I'm already know who are the awardees, but I'm not going to tell you because they are disclosed at CSM. So I want to wait until CSM. So most probably in our next podcast, I'm going to make a shout out to all the awardees that we have for the 2025, for the year 2025. I'm very excited. I'm going to just give you a big picture here. I was looking for the best paper. In general, our journal is well known on the clinicians, but it's not very well known on the rest of the research community. Our manuscript in general have 1 or 2 citations, what is okay, because we have a lot of papers with 1 or 2 citations, so that's good. And right now, choosing the best paper, it was really hard because we have several papers with 4 and 5 citations in the past 2 years. That is pretty good. It's very decent. So we are very excited about that. That the visibility of the journal is reaching out to more research communities, that they are reading the paper and they're making reference about our journal. So that's very excited. So we'll see how that goes in the near future.
That's exciting. That's awesome. So they're getting an award then. That's pretty great. At CSM?
Yeah. We have 3 different awards. We have the best paper. So that is considered in the past 2 years how many references have been or citations the paper has. That is how we're measuring a little bit the quality of the paper. Then we have the best reviewer. So those reviewers that help us moving the journal forward, we give them a an award, and the award is based on the number of reviews that they did, the how long did they take to make that review, if they submit the review on time or not. So those are the several variables to award the best reviewer of the year. And then also we have the best associate editor that is also around the same thing, how many assignments they have and how fast were they able to move the manuscript forward. So those are the criteria that we're trying to have people involved and giving these awards for those that help to move the journal forward. So exciting. We'll talk about that next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Well, it's great seeing you, Dave. It's great seeing you all of you. Until the next one. And again, these are the editor Atrium of CPTJ, and I'm very excited to call it that way. So until the next one.
Till the next one. See you later.